Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I am on my way to the post office to mail something. Yeah. Finally, I'm mailing my taxes, finally, in person at the post office. And it's a little funny because, about going to the post office, when, yesterday, Adam decided he would work on my taxes for me because I actually thought about going to a certain place that they even suggest. That's kind of weird. And more than one place suggested to go to. Really? But more than one. Yeah, more than one. And I've calculated. I did some research. Calculate. Because they're not going to tell you. But yeah, that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but have you ever asked? Yeah. But anyway, so, and realized, man, I was going to be paying buku-doodles of money if I went by what research I did. And, I'm trained in research. But anyway, but that's kind of different. Kind of. But I was like, no way, not happening. And then when I went to cancel my appointment, it wasn't letting me by something they sent to me that said this is to use that to cancel my insurance. Not cancel my insurance, cancel my appointment. My goodness, that bar on that thing made me wonder what the heck to keep that. It was weird. But anyway, the app thing wouldn't work. That page, click this button. I did it more than, tried it twice. Said, well, if they can't get that right, why do I want them to work on my taxes? Okay. But anyway. Okay, so anyway, where was I going to be in this story here? But yesterday. So I tried to do them. I printed out a whole bunch of stuff. Not yesterday, but before yesterday. And this goes back, I don't know how long I started on them. It was just so much stuff, I didn't ask to have them mail in time. The more I looked, and even once Adam started, the more and more he filled that stuff, there were going to have to be other forms in this form, and this publication, this you have to read, this. It was unbelievable. Seriously, unbelievable. By the way, pollen's real bad here. It's been real bad. So my voice is going in and out. Oh my goodness. Eyes are all swollen and everything. Eyelids. Man. But anyway. So anyway, I was having so much trouble with it. And with my blood pressure, issues. He has blood pressure issues. His is more easy to take care of because of my original, I call it my original rare health condition that causes so much trouble with, including hypertension, with everything, diabetes, the cholesterol issues, and then some. So he decided, but Adam likes this kind of stuff. Yeah, you ran over it just like many people do when they turn right there. But anyway, Adam's money motivated. Adam likes dealing with anything that involves money all around. Anyway, even taxes. Now, I started off as a math major. At one time I was going to do something like that, more like, accounting or something, but no. I wanted something more challenging, really. And so I majored in psychology. Started off as a math and computer science major, yeah. Anyway, and money doesn't motivate me at all. I don't have any kind of love of money. I'm not really interested in how money works. He's been watching whatever those shows are. See, I don't know much about it, but those shows that talk about money and all that stuff. Not me. Not I. Nope. It bores me. Truly bores me. Anything about money is just, So he decided he'd work on my taxes, and I made a video yesterday. I said, I don't know if I trust him. I've known him over 40 years. It was kind of a joke because the person I would not trust with that was me. So it's a little bit of a joke. I would not trust doing taxes with me. No. No. You know, I do have a rather high IQ, genius, but that's my what do they call it? Is that what you call it? Her kryptonite? Yeah, we call my kryptonite. Nope. It's just I just don't have an interest. I actually made a character. I think it was Joyce. Yeah, I have over 200 of them. But to tell little stories, little lessons, if I ever were to get there. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't. But I think it was Joyce, and she just can't handle money. I mean, recently, I've always suspected, nobody is perfect. Nobody has everything. And like when I studied, when I was studying psychology and sociology, we had to study all these, the great minds of the past. I'm not saying I'm a great mind, so don't even go there. But when we study them, people with genius IQs, they always had some kind of, I don't know if you call it their kryptonite or whatever, but thing that they just weren't good at. And quite often it was that they were socially awkward. I'm not going to say inept. They were awkward, but that's because of the way the people treated them. Boy, can I relate to that. Seriously, can I ever? Okay, and maybe some of it might be something like what happened to me yesterday. I was out yesterday to give Adam, let him be alone while he worked on my taxes after he got off of work. Just to be alone. We agreed, this would not be a good time for us to be together. We've known one another over 40 years, okay, close to 45, I think. And I told him, I said, I think I'm going to just go out there and do some of these, what I'm doing for all of this, it's for health insurance and everything. And so I'm just going to go and try to do some order, some of these orders and all that. And he agreed. We do know one another by now. When it comes to money, I don't want to be anywhere near him. So, and he doesn't really care if I'm there, but he can get it. But anyway, so I went out and then I had one, and it was just going to be, I was already feeling like, okay, I'm not getting anything. This is getting really bad, seriously bad, yeah. And at least here in this area, this market, horrible. And I'm saying too much, but I got this one that was a good one, and it should have been just simple. Just go there and drop it off. Those are the ones I hardly ever mention. They're just simple. I go there, pick it up, go to the person's house, leave it at the door, and that's it. So what? Big deal? No big deal. So, but nope, not this time. Okay, well that's a load off my mind. I got my taxes, went inside and paid and got a receipt. Since my taxes, oh my. Oh, and there were hardly any people in there. Man, last time I did them, well, there was one time I did them a couple years ago. I don't know. Anyway, it's been almost a decade since really I've done taxes because I'm a homemaker. Maybe that much. I really don't remember, but there would have been a long line out the door today. Today is April 12th. It's a Friday. There would have been a long line waiting to mail the taxes. Everything now done electronically and all that. Not everything, but lots. But I'm wondering what they're doing over here. Seriously, they look like they're putting in a... Let me turn around and I'll show you. But let me not forget what I was talking about, because I've already done it more than once. Before I went in there, I was talking about this yesterday. Yeah. Okay, and basically yesterday, that orders that I took an offer, it was a good one, which was so rare. It's become so rare. It was a good one, easy, pick up, drop off, that's it. But the two guys at the restaurant, that was the only people in there, somebody was way in the back eating. they decided they were going to be royal jerks. Smart-aleck. Because how dare this woman tell them no? Because they wanted me to finish, do something on my app, check, receive delivery, and all that. Well, the last one is mine. I don't mind doing the first two. The last one is mine because I want to get out to my SUV, in my SUV on the road, because things happen, like some other jerk parks behind you. But yeah, now did you see all this? I was going to show you. I don't really know what, of course somebody's going to come up behind me, but what are they putting in here? It's going to be a bridge or something. Where's the bridge going to go? Yeah, it is a Bubba truck. Where's the bridge going to go? I tried, but the total, I cussed out a jerk. I don't know if you call it cuss out. He was not that Bubba guy. It was a Bubba. And I let him have it verbally, and not like he cared. He didn't even look my direction. Because it's all about him. Typical Bubba. And Narcissismville's Bubba. I wonder what that truck over there is. I have not eaten from a roach coach, as people call them. I don't know. I cannot even remember. Maybe at a festival many decades ago. Anyway, so I'm not going to finish this, am I? But that order yesterday, it should have been so easy, and that guys were being jerks. Two guys, like they were going to tell this little woman, make her look stupid. But in turn, the short version is what they did was, they were like buddies. One of them, I think he saw his way. Why is his friend, his buddy, being so rude to a 60-year-old woman who's just giving him a little FYI? And I think he caught himself, so that's kind of wrong. But the other one, he thought he was so smart, and his jokes were stupid. And I can judge him. Oh, yeah. And he just I wasn't jerk. I was kill him with kindness kind of thing. And this is just me. Although the whole story with the Bubba next to me, I would tell a different story. But no, I'm always thought of as calm, cool, and collected. I know the Bubba couldn't hear me, but even in that, usually I'm just like, and I was feeling that as it was, because the offers were so bad before then, and they've been getting worse. And I was just feeling, that kind of feeling. It's just desensitized. It is what it is, and you're going to run across jerks, and you're going to do this, and I go in there, and there's a jerk. These two jerks, and mainly one. The other one was kind of laughing at him at first, like he wants to back up his buddy who's so funny. Then I think he caught it, and it's not really funny. Seriously, not really funny to pick on some woman. Some total stranger, 60-year-old. I look at now. Never did look my age before, but when I turned 59, all of a sudden everything started changing. Really? I don't care. So anyway, but overall, by the time I got home, I was like, I cannot believe it, because I still had another hour, 2 hours, I don't know, to work, that I was going to work, and they were just so awful. I mean, I had one the other day. I was actually started making a video about this. I had one that was it was 10 cents per mile is what they were trying to pay. 10 cents. And then the person, I didn't take it, would have to come back. Okay, 10 cents per mile. And then there's the same thing back. Come on, really? And no money there. It's just, but many of them they want $2 to pay $2, kept getting $2. Maximum was like $4, but it often was $3 and something. Like, who would do this? I don't blame the customer. The customer doesn't know what we're getting paid. We don't know what the customer's getting paid. I mean, the customer's being charged. We don't know we don't know any of the really financial side of it, which is fine by me, as I started off saying. But I didn't finish the story about the post office from the beginning, which was, how far did I even get into it, or did I have to delete it? Like, I'm going to have to delete that clip of that construction thanks to the Bubba. But anyway, Adam had been telling me the other day, he told me something about, he saw it on whatever, I don't know, I don't have a reference, but it was something about young people, you know how they do those things, like young people given a rotary phone to figure out and they can't, and you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of other people who can't, but this one was about envelopes to send their grandmother or something in the mail, and they didn't know how to do it. They didn't know how to address them. Every one of them got it wrong. I said, well, how old were they? He said, probably maximum 30 years old. Well, yeah, it's something that they may have never done. I would think the same thing about writing out a check. You know, so young people, they don't have no purpose. Like, they ever went to the post office, and there were no people waiting in line. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would be really surprised, you know, that if they went to a post office and there was a long line, they said, wow, you know. But anyway, so, you know, he was telling me all this that he'd read, you know, that he was thinking it was funny, you know, that they couldn't fill in, you know, they didn't know where to put their address and their grandmother's address, where to put the stamp. They all got it all wrong. And so he thought it was funny. Well, in my life, you find something funny like that about certain people or a certain generation or certain whatever, anything, just a person. In my life, I'm going to be tested on it. You know, if I say something negative about somebody, I'm not one to usually say anything, you know, because I taught against racism, sexism, ageism, classism, etc. at university. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it would be unusual, very rare, it just probably would not ever happen for me to say something about just them, you know, and have an opinion on it, you know, like something negative as though it's all of them. And I'm not that kind of thinker. But I mean, I've seen some that people think it's funny, and it can be funny if somebody's never seen a phone and they don't know how to use it. It's like, what's this? You know, an actual old-fashioned princess phone or whatever kind of phone. Anyway, you know, landline. First time I heard him call it landline, I was like, what? I'm just talking about my phone. But anyway, so he was talking about that and he thought it was hilarious. And so sure enough, this time he got tested and he thought that was funny too when I brought it up again today. But because yesterday I was telling him, you know, that I'm going to go, you know, today to mail my taxes. And are you going to hit that, Bubba? And anyway, I was going to be telling him I'm going to go do my taxes. He said, do you know the address? And I was saying, no, I don't know the address. And he told me where he found it, look it up, and all this kind of stuff. And I said, he goes, well, just make sure you put at least 3 of those forever stamps on it. And I said, I thought you said, you know, you went to the post office and mailed yours. Ours is not together. It's separate. And he said, well, I just went there and put it in the box, because I thought he said it was $5 and something. I was like, wow, man, Sam's postage has gone up a lot. He didn't correct me or anything. And I was like, what the world, you know, costs so much and all this stuff. And he was in another room when we were talking about it. But I'm glad I didn't have it that way. Anyway, so then he said, what do you mean you're going to go to the post office? I said, I'm going to go to the post office and hand it right to him to have it mailed, standing right there. And he was in another room, so we're having talked loud back and forth. He goes, you don't do that. What are you talking about? What do you mean you're going to go right up to the counter? And I'm like, what do you mean that I'm going to, what you're saying? It's very clear. I'm going to the counter, and I have them put a stamp on it and mail it. I don't know who's there, you know, male, female. But just mail it right there. And directly. He goes, you can't do that. I said, why not? And he was just like very adamant. You can't do that. That does not happen. They don't let you do that. Like, really? And I mean, he should know that, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've done it gazillions of times over the years, and even told stories about one of them being rude and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and that was a story that he should have been really upset about. Yeah, he should have been upset about it. It was many years ago. We were living in Florida. But anyway, so he just could not believe that I would go into the post office, walk into the post office, go up to the counter, ask the, whatever they're called these days, postal person. He says, you never just hand it to them. And that's what I do. I handed it to him. I said, I want to mail this. They put it, weigh it, and they tell me how much money I owe them. Do it on the little thingy thing. Yeah, I got the words. Yeah, thingy thing. Anyway, and then they put it behind them and they mail it. They put it in some, sort, however they sort them. And then that's it. It's there. I don't have to go home, put it in my mailbox, nothing like that. Don't have to go through the drive where there's the mailbox and mail it there. They do it right there. But he said no. Anyway, I can't believe that you've never done that. Oh, he's older than I. And anyway, so today I said, did you really mean that? He said, well, I probably have done it, here, a time or two, but not really. So you see what, and I said, you do see what I'm saying, what happens to me a lot is I'm tested. If I'm opinionated about somebody not being able, like he was about the young people not being able to address an envelope, I said, I'm testing on him myself, and there was his. He said, yeah, he thought it was funny that happened. But anyway, I feel good. I do. Oh, I feel good. That song's got a history with me. When I was when I was a teenager, I was working in a record store. I was just thinking about that yesterday. Record store. That's what we called them back then. That's where I actually met Adam. Okay, now I see a guy wearing a cowboy hat. Wow. This is Texas, and I don't see that hardly ever anymore. He was a young guy. He looked like he was dressed on purpose. Young guy. Maybe he's doing something in school. Because I don't see cowboy hats here. Nope. But anyway, I'm going to get on with my day. Let me wrap this part up about it. But yesterday, it was so stressful. After that one delivery, and it was just such a jerk, this kind of work is bad enough. It's you never know if your day's going to be filled with a bunch of $2 offers. Who in their right mind would take, unless they I've done something like that. That's, just curious. Adam wanted to do one time, a package. It wound up sending me to a compound, and it was the wrong. The app was all messed up as it was, as it turned out later on. I found out, but it was sending me to a compound. Adam just was wondering what was a package. Oh my gosh. Never again. But I was feeling really bad yesterday, and it really gave me a backache. The stress of it all, between that, which I'm kind of indifferent to now, and then, but on top of it, when I got home, Adam was freaking, he said, save me from this. He was doing my taxes. He said, there's even more forms you wouldn't believe, and all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's just ridiculous. And then I read even somewhere on something that said you might as well do them yourself, because if you can do them yourself because it's so easy. Since when have they ever been easy? I really haven't noticed them be that hard before, though. It was several pages, and I'm doing this for health insurance and hardly made any money. It was unbelievable, but the result at this moment, it was not bad, not at all bad. Like I was giving an update since I said so much about it. Really not bad. Okay, and it definitely was not as expensive, if it's right, if it's correct, you know, because we both agree. If either one of us did, especially me, it might not be right, but you got to do what you got to do, you know. And I can honestly say that I would not have made it out of the that place where somebody's going to do my taxes for me that cheap. Okay, of course it was free that Adam did it, but I'm talking about what I actually owed was so inexpensive, so little. So it's changing my world now, and I kept getting hints about it from where I bought the insurance, in the marketplace. All of last year, when I would call them, you know, for different reasons, I was given hints that it wasn't going to be as bad as I thought. But they suggest the same thing, you know. I guess it's just common, you know, suggest to get somebody, you know, some specialist to do it. I don't know. I can honestly say, I mean, we did this one time like 3 decades ago, let's say, if not 4. And it was so expensive, it was more than I paid in taxes this time. You know, with Adam doing it. Like I said, he's his thing. But anyway, okay, I'm going to try to figure out, I want to try a different store here. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.